So as you guys can tell by the title of the video, it looks like we will be hearing some official news when it comes to the rematch between Devin Haney and George Kambosos Jr. A rematch likely to take place on the 15th of October or October 16th, at least according to Dan Rayfield, who used to write for ESPN. Now he has his own little website called Fight Freaks Unite. So Dan Rayfield recently tweeted this out, and I quote, it reads, the Devin Haney versus George Kambosos rematch for the undisputed lightweight title will be formally announced on Monday at a news conference. Fight is on October 15, October 16 in Australia. #boxing. And from what I've read, it looks like it will be on regular ESPN. I guess we'll find out this Monday. When it comes to the arena, the fight will be taking place over in Australia again. If you're wondering why, well, because they already agreed that it will take place in Australia prior to the first fight. It's part of the rematch clause. George Kambosos decided to exercise the rematch clause, so Devin Haney has no choice but to fight George Kambosos, because if he doesn't, he can get sued and lose a lot of money. Unless, I'm sure there's like some exceptions, like him moving up in weight and all that. But if he sticks around at this weight, 135, and keeps those belts, he has no choice but to fight George Kambosos. And yeah, October 16 in Australia. So I guess it's going to be morning again over in Australia, or the noon time. I'm looking at the calendar, and October 16 is a Sunday, and 15 is a Saturday here in the States. So it will most likely be Sunday during the day in Australia, and prime time October 15 here in the US. And it looks like Devin Haney versus George Kambosos will be going head-to-head against the return of Deontay Wilder against Robert Helenius. It looks like that's the other card that's taking place on that day. That event's taking place over at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. So anyway, I know a lot of people don't want to see this rematch. I agree with you. I mean, I don't really want to see it either. But like I said earlier, Devin Haney has no choice but to fight George Kambosos. He has no choice. He has to. I guess that's one of those things that's bad about the rematch clause, right? In some cases it makes sense. For an example, like AJ versus Usyk, even though the Usyk AJ fight was a very clear win for Usyk, there's still that demand for AJ to return. I mean, look what... Oh, a better example actually is AJ versus Andy Ruiz. That's a better example. AJ ended up losing to Andy Ruiz. He exercised the rematch clause. Andy Ruiz had no choice but to fight him, and he was able to bounce back and win. And I think for that case, a lot of people believed in AJ that he can rebound and get the W. In this case, though, in this rematch between Kambosos and Devin Haney, a lot of people can't see George Kambosos beating Devin Haney. There's just a clear evidence that Devin Haney is just the way better boxer compared to George Kambosos. But it is what it is. We'll hear the official news this coming Monday. Let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening and watching, and like always, have a great day. All right, thanks.